Most people think that Airbnb is way too expensive for long-term stays, but I would choose it any day, and here's why. So I'm currently in Croatia. I'm doing a little cruise right now. Let me show y'all the view real quick. Look at this. Look at this. Look at Jesus Christ. So before I moved abroad, I literally had no clue about how to book an apartment, what platform would I use, would I go through a realtor? I didn't know if it was gonna be easy. And let me tell you guys, it is not easy to book an apartment in another country without having documentation, with having a guarantor, without having proof of income. All of these things are very similar to being in America and trying to lease out an apartment. Originally, I remember I posted a TikTok before I moved to Colombia, and I was just showing apartment prices based on Airbnb prices, and people were literally going in on me. They're like, you're paying too much. I pay $600 for my lease and this and that. And at first I was like, wait, how are you paying $600? Like, I literally don't see that anywhere on Airbnb. A lot of people are doing longer term leases under the table. I actually know people who are doing this personally. I say under the table because technically it's not something that's official. It's people who are finding sources to book long-term apartments by paying them cash. Now, y'all know I love to preface something before diving in. I would like to preface this conversation by saying I have nothing against booking an apartment under the table. I have nothing against not doing it through Airbnb. But for me personally, I chose Airbnb for the safety, for the security, for the flexibility. As a solo traveler, as a female solo traveler, as an American solo traveler, there are just so many things that can go wrong when you are booking an apartment. Airbnb does not play. Let me tell you guys. Okay, so number one, let's talk about the flexibility. With Airbnb, you are not signing a contract. You are not locked in for a long extended period of time. If I don't like my place, if I don't like the neighborhood, if I don't like anything about the listing, I can cancel it. I'm not locked in, I'm not committed. It's just the flexibility of it, especially as someone like me who likes to get up, pick up and go whenever I want. It just works. So for me personally, what I did with my apartment, which actually allows me to actually be here in Croatia right now, I booked my apartment for 3 months. And then after that, you can decide, number one, if you even like the place, and number two, if you even want to stay in the country or in the city that you're even in. For me, it worked out perfectly because I decided that I wanted to spend my summer in Europe. So I stayed in Colombia for the spring, and I'm in Europe for the next month, and I go back to Colombia after I'm done with my Europe trip. I would have never been able to do this with a longer term lease. I mean, I could have, but I would have been locked into a contract, and it's just like, nobody's trying to do that. Nobody's trying to do that. Number two, guys, is literally just convenience. I am at a point in my life where I just want things to be easy. I want things to flow. I want convenience. With Airbnb, your apartment is fully furnished. You don't have to go to IKEA. You don't have to go to no other stores to put some furnishings and some beddings and all this other extra stuff into your apartment. Moving abroad is already stressful enough. That's one thing you can check off your list. You have utilities included, your water, your electric, all of that is included with Airbnb. For me, I just like that I move in and it's move in ready 100%. The last thing, guys, is protection, which you get with Airbnb through every booking, and it's called air cover. This basically ensures that you're getting everything that was listed in the description, you're getting everything that you paid for, your Wi-Fi works, it's as listed as the pictures were. All of that is included in this air cover protection that you get through Airbnb that you do not get when you are signing a lease under the table. Let me give y'all an example. So when I first moved into my Airbnb, I had Wi-Fi issues literally for the first 2 weeks. First, I took it up with my Airbnb host, and like the problem was not getting resolved. They kept giving me runaround excuses. Like, they were super nice, but the problem was not fixed. And it was something that I specifically asked about when I made my booking, because I was like, I need to work, I need reliable Wi-Fi, like, can you ensure this, the speed, all of that. I was insured all of these things, which again, if you are going to message your Airbnb host, make sure that you keep everything on the platform. Don't one-off on WhatsApp or one-off in your iMessage. Make sure you keep everything on the platform so that Airbnb can literally see all of the documentation just in case anything goes wrong. So anyway, for a few days, I'm going back and forth with the Airbnb host, trying to give them a chance to literally rectify the situation. The Wi-Fi still was inop. So I reached out to Airbnb, and number one, they reached out to the host directly, which kind of put some fire under their ass to just kind of get everything going. And number two, I had to turn on my data. I have really trash international plan. Like, my international plan is not the best, and it's actually crazy because I need to get another service. But anyways, that's besides the point. I had to use my actual data, which is $10 a day. If you know what provider this is, but $10 a day. So basically, Airbnb guaranteed a reimbursement of every day that I had to use my data because the Wi-Fi was not working. So let me put it into perspective for y'all. If something goes wrong in your apartment that you did not sign a contract for, you're paying these people under the table, do you think that your landlord is gonna be in a rush to pay extra money to have someone come out to fix the problem? No, I don't think that they would be. Y'all, I also had another issue where my washing machine was literally overflowing, and I didn't know why. It would work sometimes, it wouldn't work other times. And I remember I came home one time and there was water all over my living room floor. This is something that the host actually took care of in real time. They were really great with this, but this is another issue that you could possibly have. And if you're doing something under the table, you just never know. You just never know if these people are going to take care of it. You never know if you pay them for 3 months, if they can just put you out the second month because they have their money. It's just, there's too many things that are unpredictable when you're doing something under the table. And so for me personally, it was just worth it for the protection, for the privacy, for the comfort, and for the peace of mind. Yes, booking on Airbnb costs a little more money, but you are paying for protection, you are paying for flexibility, you are paying for 24-hour customer support, which is also great because you just never know what could go wrong. And especially being a foreigner, for my first time booking long-term out of the country, I just wanted to make sure that my transition was smooth. I didn't want to have any issues that I could avoid. So I paid a little bit more money to book on Airbnb. And at the end of the day, it's still more affordable than what you would pay in America. 100%. Another thing that most people don't realize is Airbnb prices are usually negotiable. I think around 75% of the time I was able to negotiate my price with the host and have them come down on the rate, especially if you're booking for longer term stays. Usually you can just send them a quick message and just be like, hey, I'm interested in your place for these dates, considering that I'm staying for a longer period of time, would you consider this rate? I've even done this with shorter term stays. if you're reasonable, more times than not, Airbnb hosts are more than happy to come down on the rate. So this is something to also keep in mind. Make sure y'all negotiate your rates when you're booking. So again, nothing against anyone who does things under the table. Honestly, if you're saving money, good for you. If you don't have any issues, good for you. But for me personally, Airbnb was the best option for what I was trying to do. And I just think that if it's your first time moving abroad, if it's your first time just landing in a new city or a new country, Airbnb will be your best bet, at least to start off with. Once you can maybe build connections and you can get a little more insight from a local or maybe go with a realtor or something like that, then I would say okay, but I don't know. Take it for what y'all want, but I would definitely choose Airbnb any day. It's just the easiest way to land softly without any unnecessary added stress, because again, moving abroad is already stressful enough. You want to make your process as easy and as seamless as possible. So let me know, y'all booking on Airbnb for long term, or y'all going with that under the table discount? Let me know in the comments. Bye.